Okay, guys, hello again. It's me again, Insane Gorilla, and welcome back to my channel. This is another part. What if Deku was a Spartan? Now, where we last left off. Well, no. Quick disclaimer: I'm going to be adding a few new characters in this to replace a character I'm going to get rid of from Class 1A. So don't be alarmed if what I say doesn't sound correct. I'm just giving you a quick heads up so you don't get, well, too confused. So, yeah, please bear with me as well. And I hope you like this one. So, where we last left off is that Izumi just returned to her class after a few days of being kidnapped, which are, as a matter of fact, a few months have passed. And, well, Leah decides she's going to try and talk to Izumi to see how she was doing. Because after the day she was came back from being kidnapped, she's been off. Like something is bothering her. So she gets up from her desk and walks over to her. And she just simply says, "Hey, Izumi, can I ask you something?" As Izumi looks up from whatever she was doing and says, "Yeah, sure. You can ask me anything." As Leah just asks, "Are you feeling okay? Because you haven't been yourself ever since you've been kidnapped. You were kidnapped. And I know you said you can't remember it, but I still just want to run it past you just in case a few memories have popped up. Because I'm kind of concerned. You haven't been yourself for quite some time." As Izumi would just say, "Look, Leah, I love that you're trying to keep a lookout for your friends, but I'm fine. Truly, I'm fine. It's nothing that bad, I promise." As Aizawa walks in, says from the back, and says, "You're not the. She's not the only one who's concerned. All the other students are concerned and all." As Ida, Todoroki, Momo both say, well, all three of them just say, "Yeah, we've been quite worried about you because you haven't spoken to anybody. You haven't, well, you haven't been doing the same things you usually do. You don't go to the graves for 2 hours with us whenever we ask you to come with us. You just outright ignore us as if we're not even there. It kind of hurts." With Izumi just apologizing and saying, "I'm so sorry, guys. I didn't mean to hurt you or anything." As Aizawa just says, "Enough about this talk. In a few days, we'll be going to the USJ, the, well, the response joint. Unforeseen response joint. Or simulation joint. We'll be there practicing our hero work, rescuing civilians, fake civilians, though there'll be just me, All Might, and well, Mr. Midoriya. It'll be me, Mr. Midoriya, All Might, and another pro hero. We'll show you when we're there, when we get there. So everybody, you've also got a new thing today as well. More dangerous task. Finding a principal student or a student representative, as they all choose a student representative, which goes to Momo and Ida. As Aizawa says, right, now everybody's here, let's get this on the road. Michael, are you here? As he looks up and says, oh wait, Michael and that had to leave to go and deal with personal business. Moving swiftly on ahead, a few more days pass as they go to the USJ. As well, when they enter, the same thing happens on the bus, where they ask us about their quirks. But when they enter UA, they see they see 13, Pro Hero 13, as people just listen to her. With Azumi sort of getting this weird sensation that they're all in trouble. And she ignores 13 as she wanders around for a bit, making it to the stairs leading down, as she sees a portal open. As she says, Mr. Aizawa, sir? I don't think that's meant to be there. Not unless this place has fake villains and all that. As Aizawa looks down the stairs, as he says, 13, protect the children, or protect these kids. As he, as well, Kaminari says, cool, this place has fake villains as well. As Aizawa says, they are not fake villains. This is a real villain attack. As you see, well, some people holding fully automatic rifles, and this, that, and the other walk through. As they shout for the insurrection. But before they could do anything, there's 3 loud crashes. As everybody looks up to the roof, as they see 3 UNSC drop pods smash into the back of the into the back of the USJ. With Aizawa jumping down to deal with the villains and also the insurrection. As he, well, fights to see how many he can take down before he's killed. As the villains all start crowding a race ahead, one of them does shout his name, the pro hero name, saying, "That's a race ahead. He's gonna erase your quirk." As the insurrection just says, "Alright, continue with the plan." As well, they say, "But first, let's go and deal with our newly anointed guests." As well, they go to where the UNSC drop pods crashed, or landed, I might say, with them being horrified seeing 3 individuals walk out the smoke. As well, they see 2 women and, well, 2 female Spartans and 1 male Spartan. As the male Spartan just cracks his knuckles, which we all know is the Tsuka Midoriya, with a Raka, and I'll tell you the other one's name, or code name. As he says, okay, I forgot what I was going to call her now. Sierra 116, take the left flank. 022.5 degrees southwest. Take out the rest of the insurrection. Us 2 will deal with the insurrections in front of us. As she just simply says, "You got it, boss." As he shouts, "Oh, and silence." As she looks over, saying what? "Eliminate with extreme prejudice. But avoid all the students." And she just simply laughs and says, "I'll try. If they get in my way, I may not be able to miss them with a bullet. So if I do hit them, I'll finish what I'm doing up, then I'll immediately give them first aid." As she runs off, activating her cloak in the process. As he sort of whispers to Uraraka, saying, "Alright, Uraraka, let's deal with these twats." As she would just say, "Hell yeah, I've been waiting to get my hands on these guys. Let's torture them to see if they know where their boss is." As one of them shouts, "What the hell are these guys? Are they UNSC?" As Deku just says, "Really, you guys? Really? The 3 UNSC drop pods dropping out of the goddamn sky didn't give away. We got the UNSC badges on us. Use your brains, dumbasses." As they'll just charge at the unit, just charge at the insurrection, with them all firing, saying, "Take him out now." As one says, "Clear back blast," as he pulls up a rocket launcher. With Uraraka shouting, "Watch out! Watch out, incoming missile! Echo." As Deku would jump out the way, saying, as the missile comes screaming past him. With him shouting, "Quiet down next time, Uraraka." Not saying her name out, just saying it through the comms. As he just shouts her name, saying, "Watch it next time, Uraraka. I could see that was coming. Focus on your side, and I'll focus on mine." And she would just say, "Shut up, moron, and let me help you up." As they would both continue fighting, with, well, yeah, Silence makes her way around the corners of every building, finding any more insurrection soldiers, and, well, brutally killing them. Considering she hasn't got any weapons on her, she can't shoot them, so she has to take them out with hand-to-hand combat. And she's a bit messed up when it comes to her combat styles, because it's unpredictable. She makes sure it's all not lethal, but it's, when it comes to the interaction, yeah, they're not getting out alive. Which unfortunately she's versus, so say goodbye to a lot of people. As well, she finds Todoroki fighting a few a few villains with quirks, as she runs up behind him, tackling him out the way as a missile comes screaming past him and her as well. As they, both land on the floor, her, him leaning into her chest cavity because he was trying to, send some ice up, as he simply says, "Get off of me." And she says, "Sorry, kid. But you didn't really see that missile coming up from behind you, did you?" And she would get off of him and start running towards the guy with the missile launcher, or the rocket launcher. They're simply grabbing it with Todoroki watching, and she uses it as a goddamn golf club, knocking the guy's head clean off his shoulders. A few minutes later, 3 pelicans break through the roof as well as they land, unloading 3 whole, well, no, 6 whole groups of marines, with them all crowding around the villains as they overpower Isella, saying, "Freeze, creeps! You're all under arrest by the command of the UNSC. Stand down right now. Nobody else will get hurt." As they hear somebody shout, "Nomu! Kill them all!" As they all turn around to see this giant bird-beaked thing charging at them. And it killing 4 squads. With them getting on the comms to Spartans saying, "Mayday, mayday, mayday. Spartans, we need an assist, Spartans. There's a huge bird-beaked thing killing us out here." As the Spartans would just say, "Copy that, we're on our route. We're en route right now. ETA 60 seconds." As they all get into a firing line and light up the Nomu. With the Nomu, well, getting riddled with bullets, but none of them really aiming for the head. As one of the Marines, who turns out to be a woman, would shout, "What the hell is this thing made out of?" As we all know, as Shigaraki would laugh and saying, "You fools! The Nomu has shock absorption. It's rivaled to take on All Might." As another UNSC Marine grabs his rocket launcher, saying, "Shock absorption, huh? How about is he explosion proof?" As he fires a missile, hitting the Nomu straight in the leg, blowing it clean off. As Shigaraki would laugh, saying, "You fools! It's not only got shock absorption, but rapid regeneration," as it would rapidly regrow its leg. With the UNSC Marine shouting, "Oh, come on! This is just plain unfair." As the Spartans would, well, deal with it after showing up. Then, after a few, well, they get told the same thing. The whole place is getting shut down for 2 weeks. As everybody would leave their own separate ways.
I didn't catch that. Please say that again.
And my Alexa just decided she was going to turn on in the middle of that. Okay. Sorry if you guys heard that one. Anyway, as they all got told that UA was shutting down for 2 weeks, they all went their separate ways. Deku and Uraraka and Silence went to the only base with the Marines. As a few days later, the UNSC had a memorial service for the ones who gave their lives defending the UA students, which they all attended. After those 2 weeks, the UA students got back to, well, quite literally UA. But the Invisible Girl said she's leaving UA because that was too stressful and her parents are way, way, way too concerned for her safety. As she gets her stuff and says, "I'm sorry, guys, but even I'm scared from that," as she leaves. With Tokugami, Jiro, Suyu, Bakugo, and everybody else sort of saying, "Okay then, bye." As well, Deku and Uraraka walk back in. As the Invisible Girl walks out past him saying, "Oh, bye guys, bye you two." As Deku and Uraraka would look at her saying, "Okay, did we miss something?" As they walk in, as everybody would turn to them saying, "We're glad you two won at the USJ." As they say, "Why? What the hell happened at the USJ?" Acting as if they weren't there. As they would say, "Well, the insurrection villains attacked all at once. There were these three drop pods from UNSC that crashed into the back, far away from us. Then all of a sudden, we could hear tons of gunfire, then screams, explosions. And then, well, three pelicans turned up with six squads. Then this bird beak thing killed like four of them. Then, I don't know, then these three soldiers turned up after we heard them say, Spartans, we need an assist. And then I think these Spartans turned up. I think they were Spartans anyway. As they dealt with the Nomu, this Nomu thing, as this one villain kept on calling it. He gave them every detail about it: shock absorption, rapid regeneration, super strength as well. He said it was something to take on All Might. As Deku and Uraraka just look at each other saying, "Damn, I don't even think we could take that thing on." With Deku saying, "I probably could, but that thing was meant to take on All Might. Jesus H. Christ." With, well, everybody actually talking alongside them, actually forgetting that these two were the ones that nearly crippled two other students. As, oh, Momo would say, "Can we stop talking about that, please? It creeps me out every time we talk. Now that we're talking about it." With everybody saying sorry, as Aizawa would walk in, saying, telling everybody to shut up and go back to their seats. I mean, as Aizawa would say, "Right, now with Hagakure, I think that's her name, the invisible girl, Hagakure, is leaving, has now left UA. We have a transfer student coming in from a private school. He is a bit eccentric and very militaristic because he comes from a military background. Okay, Leon, you can come in now." With him walking in, he also has the burns on his left arm and the same hairstyle as you see in the picture. As Izuku and Uraraka see him, he sees them. He says, "Hello, my name is Leon Burke. Nice to meet all of you." And by the way, I said Burke, not Burke. As he notices Izuku and Uraraka, he actually doesn't know their code names. As he just says, Michael, it'll bit as well. As Uraraka would just say, "Stop calling me it'll bit. I'm almost the same height as you moron. You big moron." As he would just say, it's still tiny, smaller than me. As Uraraka would just sigh, saying, "Whatever." As Deku would speak up, saying, "Come on, dude. You gotta stop teasing her like that. You know what she can do. After all, how long have we hung out with each other for? What, ever since we were 5? You know she could put one hell of a mean right hook. With Leon sort of stroking the side of his cheek, saying, "Yeah, I do know that, but it doesn't stop me from pulling the piss." As everybody would sort of like say, "You all know each other. Great." As soon as class ended and they all went for lunch, Leon just decided to follow Deku and Uraraka, whispering about their real name, saying their real names, saying, "Deku, or Zuka Midoriya, Uraraka or Chako. Are you sure you two not using your real names was a good idea? You could always just say there are other people with the same names, that aren't related." With Deku and Uraraka whispering back, saying, "Says you came up with the name of Leon. Seriously? Leon Burke? Who the hell calls their child Leon Burke? Are you that stupid? People are going to most probably look up your name to see if you're real." As he says, "Only's got that covered. Only's got that one covered. Why ain't you two, like, I don't know, trying to be the best students? I got transferred here by Oni for no reason. I was doing fine in my other place." As somebody would walk past them, as they would change the subject, as Deku would quickly bring up the situation, saying, "How's your girlfriend doing?" As Leon would quickly click on what he was talking about, as he says, "We're no longer together. I found out that she was cheating on me. So we left. We just split apart. She tried to profusely, well, constantly apologize to me, saying it won't happen again, let's get back together. But I just said, no. You cheated on me once. If we got back together, you'd just do it again. Good luck with finding somebody else in your life." And I just walked off. As well, they would talk about different things, but have hidden little messages in them, especially when it came to certain things, like Oni and, well, the insurrection and them being Spartans. As they would all just say, "Right, time to go for our next lesson, I guess." As they would, well, get called by over the comms, not comms, over the radio, saying, "Can Leon, Michael, plus Uraraka," I didn't come up with a name for a code name for her, I think, as they go to, well, the principal's office, because that's where they got called. But anyway, guys, I hope you like, comment, and subscribe. I'm sorry I've been away for a little while doing this, but hey, hope you enjoy. Peace.